Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, April 27th, 2020. I hope you had an amazing, wonderful weekend. For today, you're going to need your storybook, your paper and pencil. And you're also going to need a cylinder. You're going to have to hold a cylinder. So I just grabbed a can of green beans. Make sure you grab a cylinder. So if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it. Okay, so on Mondays, I'm going to try to do some shout outs to our Lexia Superstars for the week. I'm still going to put these in homeroom so we can keep track daily, but these are the Lexia Superstars that I saw from Friday and through the weekend. So congratulations to Adam for completing the Antarctica level. Way to go. Jacob for completing the Swiss Alps level, and Abby for completing the English Gardens. I know this takes a lot of dedication and focus, so way to go, folks. Today we're going to be looking at two sounds. We're going to be looking at the IGH that makes the I sound. We keep those three letters together. And then the TION with the sh sound, like an action. Kind of makes the SH sound. Okay, so here we go. And ready? We're just going to say the sound. Here we go. G, onk, ong. Y says y. Y says I in a one-syllable word. Y says E in a two-syllable word. Ank, oi, ang, aw, ing, ang, ch, p, t, uld, gur. Fantastic. Okay, get your hands ready. Here we go. Bull-unk, blunk, not a word. Bull-ong, blong, not a word. Bull-ank, blink, that is a word. Cl-ank, clink, that is a word. It's a sound effect. Per-ank, prank, that is a word. It means trick. Per-a, pray, that is a word. Per-ain, prain, not a word. Per-in, prin, not a word. Per-er-n, ooh, that was hard to say. No. P-earn, pern, not a word. Ooh, I see the P-L-E. I got to keep that syllable, so I know this is going to be a two-part word. Ready? P-er, per, pull, purple. That is a word. It's a color. Oop, I see that P-L-E. I'm going to keep that syllable chunk together, so I know this is going to be a two-syllable word. Here I go. Z-er, zer, pull. Zerple. Zerple is not a word. Zerpt. Oop, my words are going away. Zerpt. Zerpt. Not a word. Zapped. Zapped. Ooh, zapped is a sound effect, but it would actually have a P-E-D at the end because it would be happened in the past. Zam. Zam. Not a word. Ooh, what does that E make the A do? Say its name. Here we go. Z-aim. Zame. Not a word. G-aim. Game. That is a word. K-aim. Came. That is a word. And I said that T-I-O-N makes the sh sound like an action. Okay. Spectacular job today, guys. Okay, so our syllable division, we talked about how we are going to keep the IGH together. So whenever we see it, we're going to automatically underline that so we know we're going to keep that together. So do you guys, first thing we're going to do is our vowels. Do you guys see any vowels? Yep, the IGH is going to be a vowel team. We're going to keep that together. That's a rule, okay? Do you guys see any blends? I see FL. We got to keep that together. Okay, so now look at that. I only have one vowel, so that means I'm going to have a one-syllable word. So let's just try this. Ready? Full-ite, flight. Flight means something that's in the air, like an airplane can take a flight, a bird can take a flight. Okay, so since there was only one vowel, and this was a team here, I knew it was a one-syllable word. Let's try this one. Ooh, do you guys see it? I see the IGH. We're going to keep that together. And that's going to be my vowel. Do you see anything else that's a blend or keep together? Oh, I see a KN. That is a, we know when K is in front of N, that K is going to be silent. So it's going to be a rule. Now, since I only have one vowel, it means I'm going to have a one-syllable word. Here we go. Let's do it. Now, remember this. K is silent. Here we go. N-ite. night. Night is, now this is not the night in like the moon. This is a knight in shining armor. So like a knight that would protect castles and things. So that was a 1-syllable word. Okay, do you guys see? I see IGH. We're going to keep that together. Do you see any vowel teams? I don't see any vowel teams. I do see another blend that goes together. And I see a vowel here. So let's go ahead and try this. Okay. So I see the vowel, because remember our IGH is going to say the I sound. And I see an E. So I got to remember, I got to do my consonants that are in the middle. And then where am I going to break it apart? If I have those vowel, consonant, vowels, remember I'm always going to try to do it after the first vowel and see if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and say this. I, bri, n, ten, brighten. Is brighten a word? It is. It means when you make something brighter. So you can brighten a room. And that is a 2-syllable word. Awesome job, guys. Okay, so this week we're talking about how you can read websites, and you guys have gotten expert at these because of all of our distance learning. So this is the opening to our MyView book, Seasons Here and There. What season is it in a different part of the world? Check a website. A website has digital features such as video and a search bar. A website can be multimodal. It has a combination of words, pictures, videos, and sounds. So if it has lots of modalities, it means it has lots of different options. What are seasons like around the world is our weekly question. So circle the digital and the multimodal features on this website. So this one has a video, you can see. This one's a video of Chicago. It has pictures like the maps. And then what kind of sounds? The arrow will tell me that it's a video and it's going to play different sounds. You can also see here's the search bar up here. My search bar is right here on my presentation today. Okay, so today we're going to be working on making inferences. You can make inferences and draw conclusions by using details from the text and what you already know. You can use what you already know to help you understand what you read. So we're going to read a story today called Rob's Box. I can see Rob's box in the picture right here. Remember, I like to read the question beforehand so I know what I'm looking for. Why do you think Rob doesn't mind mud got on the box? And then also, what can you infer about what is in the box? Now remember, an inference is something that you assume or make a prediction based on what's the other things that you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. This is something you can totally read with me, so please read it with me. You ready? Rob's box. Rob rides his bike slowly. He has a box on his bike. The path is muddy. The wheels splash the mud. The mud covers the box. But Rob does not mind. Something is inside the box. It will stay clean. The path ends at Grandma's house. Rob will give Grandma the box. Then he will say, "Happy birthday!" So why do you think Rob doesn't mind mud got on the box? Now remember, we're going to put it in complete sentence because that's what first graders do. So I'm going to erase this here. So let's go back to the text. What do you think? Why doesn't Rob mind that mud got on the box? Well, he said that the mud was going to get on the box, but did it keep what was inside still safe? Well, yes, because it was inside of a box. So why do you think he doesn't mind? I think it's because he knows that the package inside is safe. Rob doesn't mind the mud because, conjunction. Rob doesn't mind the mud because he knows what is inside is safe. And then what can you infer about what's inside the box? Well, I know that it's Grandma's birthday. And so I can look at the type of box it is. I see it kind of looks like a cube. So what do you think? Well, I have two guesses or two inferences. I think it's either a cake for Grandma because he said he's going to say happy birthday, or maybe a present for Grandma. So I'm going to use part of the question inside my answer. I can infer that there is a present for Grandma because, oh, another conjunction, because it is her birthday. So I used what I know to come up with that answer. Okay. New word wall this week. We actually have one green word. We don't have very many green words on our word wall. First word we have is, remember, green words we can just sound out. So we have on, upon. Upon is a word that means like on top of something, or you could say once upon. So it's like once there was would be the word upon. We have a schwa word. We have wash, and this is blue because that A is going to be the schwa sound. It's not going to be the normal wash. It's not a wash, it's a wash. And so you have to know how to say that schwa sound. We have another schwa letter here with the A. Remember, that's lazy vowel. And we have water. And so we have the A is going to be that lazy vowel, that schwa sound. So it's going to say the sound. And then the ER we're going to keep together. And then we have the word once, once upon, and done. Okay. If I was following these rules, this would say once and don't, and those don't work. So please read the sentences and complete the sentences. Here we go. Tell me about a place you went. Tell me about a place you went. Okay, so let's see what would make sense. Tell me about a place you went. Done, once, upon, wash, or water. What would make the most sense? It is going to be once. Tell me about a place you went once. Okay, did you the dishes in the Did you the dishes in the Well, what do you do to dishes? You wash them. So did you wash the dishes in the sink? Well, I don't see sink up here, but I do know I need water to wash my dishes. Did you wash the dishes in the water? And then right here it says, I am with the dishes. I am done, or I am once, or upon. I am done. Last one. Then sit, the couch, I will tell you. Remember, upon means on, so, or there. So we are going to use, I sit upon the couch. Okay, guys. So for today's Go Noodle, same rules apply. You can participate, or you can just stand and stretch while we do our Go Noodle together. You got to make sure you're getting some movement in today. Okay, so we are doing Spread Love, and I will do it with you. Here we go. Steps to the left, 4 steps to the right, 4 steps to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps to the left, 4 steps to the right, 4 steps to the right, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. That was very good, you know. I want to make sure you come back to the class, you know what I mean? Everybody, give each other a hand. Spread love, my friends. Spread love. Too much. Great movement break, guys. Okay. So we are going back to our writing, and we are finishing up our stories. This week, I'm going to be trying to schedule with you guys being able to read us your story. And then I'm going to put together a little video of everyone's stories, so that way you guys can see them. So if we go back to the story that I was telling last week, it was about my cats, and Nora and Desmond having to come up with a plan with feeding them. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about characters and how they have to move move. And characters come to life. If my characters don't have any movement, it's kind of boring, and it kind of makes it hard for the people to understand. So characters can move and talk. And when characters are talking, they put something called quotation marks. So like, I am so excited to see you, said Mrs. Howell. Or I might have said, oh no, yelled Nora. So you see, when we put that way that the author or that characters talk, it gives you some better images in your head about the story. Some ways that characters can move: characters can run, jump, let's see, skate. You can play. What else could you do for movement? Bounce. So you see, characters can, in your story, should come to life. So I want to go through my story. I want to edit. I want to see if I could add any other details to my writing. Okay. So as I'm reading mine, I would like you guys to think in your brain if Mrs. Howell can add any movement or talking. Okay. One morning, I woke up to a horrible noise. My cats were meowing like crazy. It wasn't time for them to eat, but they looked very hungry. Nora said it was Desmond's turn to feed them, and Desmond said it was Nora's turn. Oh no, they started to fight. It's not my turn, they said. The cats didn't care whose turn it was. They were going nuts. Mr. Howell stepped into the kitchen. He said, you need to figure out a plan. Nora and Desmond looked at each other. They decided Nora would feed the cats in the morning. Desmond would feed the cats at night. Mr. Howell said, that's a great plan. Nora opened a can of food, and the cats were finally happy. So if you notice, I do have some of those quotation marks with my story about who was doing the talking, but I don't have very much movement. I do have like the cats meowing, but how can I put some movement into this? So one morning I woke up to a horrible noise. What could I do if I heard that horrible noise? What would I do? Could I go running? I ran out of the bedroom. Does that give you a better image of what Mrs. Howell was doing? Yeah, definitely. So let's see. It wasn't time for them to eat, but they looked very hungry. Nora said, Oh, look at that. Nora said, but I didn't put my quotation marks, so I'm going to do that. So Nora said, it is Desmond's turn to feed them. And so then I could put that quotation mark. Desmond said, it is Nora's turn. So see, now that I put those quotation marks, you know that those words are coming from them. Oh no, they started to fight. It's not my turn, they said. No, I just said, but I think I could put a better word in there that gives more movement. Could I say they argued or they yelled? That would give you, the reader, a little bit more information. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to try to add some movement to your story today and see if you can add some different things. Okay, so that is your goal, to keep editing, and your goal is to be done with the story with your illustrations by Wednesday. Okay, so on to math. I need you to grab your cylinder for me. Okay, every day this week we're going to be reviewing one shape, because what I'm noticing is that some people are still getting a little tricked by some of the attributes of the 3D shape. So every day we're going to go over one shape, and then our actual math lesson is going to be about fractions this week. Okay, so everyone take your cylinder. You should have a cylinder in your hand. If not, pause the video right now and go grab a cylinder. Okay, so I want to talk about the faces. Cylinders have two different kinds of faces. Ready? Touch your cylinder. They have a flat face, which is this circle. They have another flat face, which is this circle. And then they have a curved face that goes around the outside of the cylinder. Okay, so it has 1, 2, 3 faces. And those are those curved, has 1 curved face and 2 flat. So the cylinder has 3 total faces. Now the edges, it has 2 edges. And you can see the edges are where 2 faces come together. So because this is a curved edge, it has 1 on the circle and 2 on the bottom. It has none going this way. So it has 2 edges. Now a vertex is a corner. Fancy word for a corner. And in order to make that corner, the edges would have to come to a point. Does my cylinder have any points? It doesn't, so it has 0 vertices. Remember, vertices is a fancy name for corner. Okay, so now we're going on to fractions, and we're going to start by watching a brain pop about whole fractions.
Wait, stop. You're supposed to share with the whole class. Moby, that's not fair. Everyone is supposed to get equal parts of the sandwich. What is a fraction? A fraction tells you the number of parts out of a whole. Not that kind of whole, Moby. Something is whole when it has all of its parts.
Okay, mirror with words. A whole is something with all of its parts. Mirror with word. A whole is something with all of its parts. Nothing's missing from a whole. This is a whole circle. This is a whole triangle. This is a whole can of beans.
I love muffins. This whole muffin has 2 equal parts. In a fraction, the number of parts goes under a line. There are 2 parts. You took 1 part of the muffin, and that number goes on top. So this fraction shows you took 1 out of 2 parts. You can also write this as 1/2. What is a half? When you split something in half, you make 2 equal parts. Right, Moby. There are two halves in a whole. Half for you and half for me. There are two equal pieces, and we each get one piece. Sometimes I see a half moon at night. And everyone loves a half day of school. What is a third? We can share this cake between you, me, and Grandpop. We can cut the cake into thirds. That means we divide it into 3 equal pieces. We each get one slice. So Grandpop gets 1 out of 3 slices. We each get 1/3 of the whole cake. There are 3 of us, but only 1 is a robot. So 1 out of 3 of us is a robot. What is a fourth? I love apple pie, and this pie has 4 equal slices. You took 1 slice. So you took 1 out of 4 slices, or 1/4 of the slices. 1/4 is also called 1/4. Exactly, Moby. There are 4 quarters in a dollar. So 1/4 is 1/4 of a dollar. I can divide a lot of things into fourths. Like a piece of paper, a cup of water, an inch, or an hour. I think all this sugar is making us sick, Moby. We better cut up the sandwich so everyone can get an equal piece. It's okay, Moby. I've got a slice saved right here. Wait, you're supposed to give me half. I guess you can keep mine.
Okay, so for fractions, guys, what we're talking about is we are dividing things into equal pieces. And so what I would like you to do, so today what I'd like you to do is I would like you to look for ways that you can divide things into equal pieces today. So maybe you are having a sandwich and you can cut it into 2 equal pieces. Maybe you are sharing some ice cream and you can divide it into 2 equal pieces. So for the fractions, things have to be the same. Think about it as sharing equally or fairly. And so that's what you want to make sure that you can do. And that's all the math you have to do for today. Okay? Okay, so I have an investigation for the sun that you guys, I would like you to do. Now, I am not sure if Monday's going to be a bright day, or maybe you do this on Tuesday. But I need you in that notebook I gave you, the Ninja Turtle or the colorful one or the Star Wars one. I would like you to do your observations in there. And I would like you to observe what the position of the sun. So you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need some crayons or pencils. And then you don't need this paper, you just need your notebook. So what I would like you to do is when you wake up in the morning, whatever time you wake up, and if you didn't, that's why I said you guys might want to do this tomorrow, is I want you to just draw where the sun is. So if you see like the ground here, you might see the sun here or here. I would just like you to draw where the sun is, okay? Next step is I want you to observe the sun about 2 hours later, okay? So 2 hours later, go out and look at the sun, and I want you to draw where the sun is this time, okay? And then I want you to make a prediction about where you think the sun will be. So I'm going to show you how I did it in my notebook. So here's my notebook right here. And I have my sheet here. And all I did was divide my paper into 4 here. And I drew some ground. See, it's not really fancy. And I'm going to draw where the sun is in the morning. And if you have trees or a building or whatever you have, but you can just draw, or you can just draw the sun. So you're going to draw the sun where you see it and then put the time. I would like you to look at a clock and see, like, I wake up about 9 o'clock. Okay. And so I'm going to draw where the sun is. Then 2 hours later, so what's 10 or 9, 10, 11? So it's going to be 11 o'clock. And then I'm going to draw where the sun is next. And then about 2 hours later from that, so 11, 12, there's no 13 o'clock. Guess what that is? That's 1 o'clock. And then I'm going to make a prediction where where I think it's going to be. And then I want you to look at the next 2 hours. So, like I said, guys, as I'm giving you this today on Monday, but you might need to do this science lesson on Tuesday if you are watching this a little bit later in the day. Okay, I want you to try to see that pattern in the sky. And on Wednesday, we're going to go over what that pattern would be because I want to make sure I give you enough time to actually do the experiment. Okay, so what you need to do with the video or now is give your characters movement and finish your story. We're going to do our editing tomorrow. Makes observations of the sun today or tomorrow. Okay. Do 15 minutes of Lexi or Splash Learn. You guys, we are getting really close to our 150. I would like you to read your book from Mrs. Howell. Everyone has a new book in your Google Classroom that I sent to you. I did make sure everything is working and facing the right way today. So you need to read that to a pet or a stuffed animal. You can listen to Mrs. Howell's read aloud for today. Remember our Google Meet is at 4 o'clock today because Mrs. Howell has those meetings. Make sure you do your Google for Monday. And then today's Music Monday. And I just wanted to point out that Mrs. Johnson has a really cool lesson about guitars today. So remember, if you have not set up your Quaver for your parents to do this, all of the stuff is in or on Mrs. Howell's website. You can also go to the district website. And this is how you start those Quaver lessons. And then once you get into there, you can actually do the lessons. So I hope that you're able to get over there today and do that. So that's it for today, guys. I miss you so much. Hope you had an amazing weekend. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys at 4 o'clock to hear about your weekends. Bye, guys.